Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cosplay Cafe. We are serving up a steaming hot cup of cosplay. And this week, our topic is mythical creatures. So, this is a Cereal Box Network show. We're going to show you our little opening credits here. And I have some amazing guests with me this weekend. You may also recognize them from the Cereal Box Network. All right, everyone. I'm going to bring my co-host in. Andrea, how you doing this week?
Yeah. That's where we're at. Yep. It's been a long week. But I'm here. I missed you guys. It's been 3 weeks since our last show, since we had an extra Friday. So
yeah. And
I have seen Crayle more recently. Yes. I've seen Crayle recently. She was here a few weeks ago. So
at Memphis Comic
Expo. Look, guys, look, real hair, not a wig.
Wow.
There's a lot of it.
I find it actually really ironic. So Andrea does this thing all October where she wears a different wig to work every day. And so now we're getting a show where you would expect to be wearing a wig. And it's like one of the few times she gets to use her natural hair.
Well, it's been in braids to go under the wig. So I was like, oh, it's nice and flowy. So let's be a fairy with flowy hair. So it needs re-dyeing real bad, but that's another story. So
yeah. It looks good. So our special guests, if you didn't see any of the announcements, we actually have the hosts of Cryptid Crunch, which airs every other Sunday. It's a Back of the Cereal Box segment. I'll let them tell you more about it, but we have Keisha and Willow from Cryptid Crunch.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome. It's been a while. I think it's been almost a year since you guys were on here for our Halloween episode last year.
Really?
Yeah.
It was the end of October.
This would have been the weekend too.
Yeah, right around there. Okay. So yeah, it's been a little bit. Welcome back.
Remember when I was on last year, I was just getting home from the Civil War reenactment. Still had my outfit on.
And now you are coming to us live from the Civil War reenactment.
Keisha loves us enough to be coming to us from the woods. She might run into a real mythical creature out there.
I am quite literally sitting in the woods in the dark with nothing but a lantern about a half a mile away from anyone else. So
that is so appropriate for what we're talking about.
If something comes up behind me, please let me know, because there's nothing but trees and plants behind me. So,
yeah. Well, I'm sure you're okay. There's probably lots of men with muskets around, so I think.
But they're all the opposite direction, and I would see them coming at me before I saw anything else.
So whatever gets you is going for them.
Well, if Bigfoot happens to come across your path, then at least we'll have him on camera.
Right. I want to see Bigfoot. No,
I do too. Oh my God, my brother would be so mad because he would be jealous as could be. Bigfoot. Growing up, he literally had one of those like 3-inch binders, and he called it the Big Book of Bigfoot. And it was right at the dawn of like everybody getting internet at home, and he was printing off every Bigfoot article he could find. And I think he still has it. Like here we are, like 25 years later. I think he still has it.
Smart person.
Hi, John.
Hi, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Features.
I myself am a mythical creature.
Right.
Yes, you are.
You're kind of like a ghost if it's a Civil War reenactment. For those just tuning in, Keisha's joining us from the Civil War reenactment. She's in the middle of the woods with a lantern.
It's literally like 30 degrees out here, and I'm freezing my tuchus off for you guys. So that's love. right there.
He loves us so
So
much.
you better be viewing, commenting, liking, sharing, because Keisha is suffering for you guys. And
She's
also
an
don't
artist,
watch
so
Kristen Birch for her.
she's an artist, so this isn't new to her.
We
Right.
suffer
Suffering
for
for the
our art.
Hi, Derek.
Derek.
Derek says, hey, hi, howdy, nerdettes, nerdarinas, and nerdices. So,
We love the Nerdist. Nerdist
Wow.
is kind of like a mythical creature. It's a nerd goddess. So
yes,
Yeah,
other
we're all
nerds
crazy.
worship us.
By the way, guys, if I'm making weird faces, it's because I'm looking at my breath. So I'm like, it's normal, okay?
Okay, nothing you do is normal, Keisha, but there's a reason. That's as close
But
as
that's why we love you.
she, we have her on the show because she's our ticket to the unknown.
Yeah.
She's your field investigator out there waiting for Bigfoot.
We're hoping
let's
a
take the
friendly
lantern.
mythical
By the
creature
way,
ambushes her in the
fire.
woods.
It's keeping me semi not really warm. Guys, I hear something like in the woods. Kind of sounds like tweeting, maybe a bat.
I hear a squeak, and I thought it was your lantern squeaking back and forth.
No, that's an animal. I want to go explore, but I'd probably get lost in the woods.
Please don't get lost in the woods on air.
Lost on
Keep
our
it on your
live
own time. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. We're only trying to reenact the Blair Witch Project.
Sure.
It's okay. It's okay.
Misty says, all you ladies look so pretty. Andrea, I love the wings.
Thank you, big sister.
Thank you, Misty.
My sister is the best. She literally watches every episode. My family is so supportive, and I love them. Crayle finally got to meet most of them a couple of weeks ago.
Derek says, I expect Keisha to be filming a reboot of Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's every podcast Keisha's in. She's just always in the dark. I don't know what Keisha's face looks like.
Dude, Are You Afraid of the Dark was one of the best shows. That show actually had some
I
spooky
love
stuff happening.
Yes.
Like my brothers and I to this day remember the one where the little kid died out in the cold, and he just kept popping up going, "I'm cold," and like my brother slept.
What you're saying is that's gonna be me.
Please don't die in the cold in the dark. But like we kept the lights on for a while because of that episode. We're like, there's gonna be a little kid standing next to the bed telling us he's cold.
My family doesn't even know where I am, so I would just be out here. So you guys would have to like get a hold of my family, okay? Cool.
Well, Are You Afraid of the Dark was like our generation's version of Twilight Zone. So
Yes, but I loved that too. So dude, nothing was like a Rod Serling introduction.
I'm sorry, I'm bringing all the ADHD to the show. No, I mean,
please.
some of it.
You just added to it.
Yeah.
For those of you that do not know Cryptid Crunch and have never seen Cryptid Crunch, which is mine and Willow's show, if we were a train, there would be no tracks.
So this is now two trains that don't have any tracks.
We have a
And there's no
topic
conductor.
set, and then whether or not we stay on it for the whole show is to be
Oh yeah, we
determined.
have no conductor on this train, and y'all didn't bring one with you either. So
Johnny thought
It's
that
like-
was a coyote. It did not sound like a coyote to me, Johnny. I grew up like with all those family members who it's like their house is in the middle of a cornfield and there's woods just on the other side of it.
Yep.
Hey, my house is in the middle of cornfields too.
We weren't cornfields, but we were surrounded by woods
About
here.
our shows having no tracks. Ghost train.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm warming my
between-
hands.
I'm between here where I grew up on my mom and dad's property and then my grandparents' property. It was just woods everywhere. So you heard all the weird noises coming from the woods at night.
I saw
And
your
I'm the
mom's
person that-
property. I bet it's loud at night out there.
Oh yeah, and I would just walk up to that barn with no electricity in the dark, just like whatever. And my brothers are like, "Yeah, you're gonna die," and I'm like, "Nah, it's fine. What's gonna happen is my horse is gonna run me over because he's running through the pasture in the dark. It wasn't gonna be any monsters getting."
Oh my god.
David says, "Hey, I've seen this movie before." Which one? The one where scary stuff happens in the woods, or the one where the girls running the show like can't stay on track with anything?
Maybe it's a double feature.
That just makes me miss drive-ins. I have no idea if there's even one near me anymore.
There's one in Memphis, and it's not in the best part of town, so
Go anyway.
I'd say
All
it's
the
worth
ones
it.
near me closed down, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I miss them.
It says, "For the night is dark and full of terrors." And
yeah, it's us.
is that the
Not
monster
ADHD.
behind Keisha?
I don't know. I'd say look, but it's dark.
Yeah, that's just a big old black screen.
Well, see, those lights can be pretty much anything, especially anything that we've touched on last year.
Ghost lights.
They could be
Red
All the lights
lights.
should be over
It could be
that
big-
way, because that's where all the camps are set up. There should be no lights behind. Oh, it kind of looks like there's a alien
That looks
ship.
like a
over there.
UFO ring. like the lights of a UFO in the sky.
Yeah, all the way over there where those tiny little lights are, that's where camp is set up. I'm literally in the middle of the woods for you guys, because dedication.
Once again, like, share, comment, go watch Cryptid Crunch, anything to thank Keisha for being out in the cold woods.
right.
I'm
Oh,
sitting on
what?
my hands right now to keep warm.
I thought it was to keep yourself out of trouble.
That too.
Oh, that would be me, Derek. I would be the last one.
Derek asked, "Which one of y'all is most likely to be the final girl in a slasher horror?" I
I
don't
would
know.
like to think I could, but I'd probably be that person like, hey, let's go investigate that noise.
Yeah.
So
I would
probably
be the
the
one
first to
blindly
die.
fumbling around and accidentally make it to the end because I have no idea what's going on.
you don't even realize you're in the slasher film.
I'd be the one trying to make friends with the killer just to, try to get on their good side.
Hey, you want to see
Except
my
their
fancy
sidekick.
night?
Yeah, kill that guy. He's annoying.
Like
So
everyone
Keisha
I know
accidentally
who is
survives.
done. I feel
Willow
like I've got pretty
befriends
good
them.
chances. Like the
Willow
trailer
probably
for that
helped
movie, like,
everyone.
You're
Like
next.
she
Sorry,
probably
Keisha, I
helped
was
the
talking
killer.
over
No
you.
offense, Willow.
She's the killer's best friend. Oh goodness.
Yeah. There was the trailer for that movie You're Next, I think is what it was called, where like the trailer opened up with like this family sits down to Thanksgiving dinner and then an arrow flies through a window and like lands in a guy's throat. And I'm like, okay, if this was my family Thanksgiving, that guy would be dead. Yeah, he just got an arrow in the throat. But then like a rain of bullets would just go out the window. And that would,
I feel-
the rest of the movie wouldn't happen. Like
I feel like my family would just be like, "Oh, cool, we didn't like him anyway," and then continue eating. I feel like
Like,
that's
just
the thing my
throw a
family would do.
blanket over and we'll clean him up later.
I've compared my family to like The Hills Have Eyes and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. like you can't get any more hillbilly than my family.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, no. I would probably be the survivor. My brothers would be like, yeah, we're not handling that. No. They're scared of spiders. I'm the one that walks into the dark by myself. So
I
my
was,
sister would probably survive too. So
I was like the dorm spider killer, and then I had 3 other roommates for a year, and I was the spider killer. Then lived with a girl and a guy for a year, was still the spider killer.
that's why you're the dragon tamer over there.
I am the spider savior. I'm the one that everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, kill it!" And I'm like, "Okay." I gently get it with like a napkin or something, and then take it
Put it in a
outside.
cup. Yeah, I'm the spider and bug savior too. I'm like, God, people are like, it's a cricket, kill it. I'm like, it's a cricket, put it outside.
I carry a lot of stuff outside or put it in the windows, or like if they're not in my way, I leave some spiders in my house because they eat mosquitoes and other like biting bugs.
Yeah.
So we get oh gosh, brown recluses, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. You get one of the ones that like you have to like go see a doctor if you get bit by them in my area.
Oh, wow.
And those I
Yeah,
tend
we've
to-
got brown recluses here. We don't mess with brown recluses.
Yeah.
Yeah, hun, we're not moving to the States.
And I'm down here in the Mississippi Delta, so mosquitoes are the worst. The spiders.
We
you
have
just look
all
at
of
them
them
like,
here.
Yeah, Keisha lives in like Bug Central, I guess.
Mhm.
I live
do.
in central Canada, and I think the biggest spiders we have are like, we call them dock spiders, and I swear to God, like they're like that big. They're huge. They're not poisonous, as far as I know. My husband's like, "Oh well, we got poisonous bugs here." No, we don't.
You're like, no, that's you're like, that's below us. Yeah,
Derek
welcome to
said,
the
"This
States.
is shadow
Everything
on
will
my face. Looks like Keisha has an eye patch."
Mosquitoes don't count for poison as animals.
No, they just spread disease. We have an entire museum in Memphis dedicated to the yellow fever spread by mosquitoes in the South during the 1800s. So
Which
they're not
segues
poisonous. They
perfectly
just
into John asking, "Did you know that Tennessee has more species of poisonous insects and snakes than any other state or province in North America?" And my friends and family keep trying to get me to move to Tennessee. No.
we got look, Tennessee. We got to be known for something, y'all. Okay. Other than country music, the blues, and rock and roll, and really good barbecue.
The Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area insists that Bigfoot lives there.
I know more about the wild man up there, like the Tennessee wild man, than about Bigfoot being in
Well, I'm
this
convinced that the Pigeon Forge tourist trap thinks, oh, they don't know who the wild man is, so we're just gonna say Bigfoot instead.
Yeah, we got the wild man up there in the Smokies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's our cryptid.
Actual black bear cubs the last time I was up in the Smokies in the Gatlinburg area. It was really cool.
Oh yeah, no, when we went for my birthday last year, the cabin we rented literally had pictures of the bears on the deck and patio of the cabin, and the trash cans have the locked lids on them with chains and padlocks to keep the bears out. And it's just like this whole, wander in the dark at your own risk. So wasn't the wild man, it was the black bears. Yeah,
Derek says, stay on the other side of the Blue Ridge, Tennessee. Derek lives in North Carolina. So, like, he's on the other side of the Appalachians.
He's our neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the South is full of some crazy stuff, y'all.
Yep. John says, Long Hunter State Park is near me, and that's where there have been numerous Bigfoot sightings, including one recorded by the 7th President of the United States, Andrew Jackson. Is there anything Andrew Jackson didn't do? Like, yeah.
No, that guy was...
I mean, I guess he didn't ride a moose across a river or something. That was what, Teddy Roosevelt?
Yeah, that was Roosevelt. He was even crazier. So, yeah, to be an American president, you also have to be completely insane.
So, I could be a president?
You should. Keisha, I think the country would be a lot more fun.
Can you
Keisha
imagine
president
run by Keisha?
Yes, I want it now.
I mean, you guys literally had worse, so.
Exactly.
Crayle, it's been so long since we've had a show together, we haven't been able to use our hashtag.
What's your hashtag?
Keisha be driving me Crayle.
Oh, yeah, it's so long. I literally forgot. Yeah, no, it's Keisha be driving me Crayle because she makes me crazy, and then I like bring it out in her more, and then we just, back and forth.
We just feed the cray-cray.
The cray-cray. We have the Devil's Stomping Grounds here in North Carolina. Is that where the New Jersey Devil goes, like, on vacation? I like how this just became an episode. Oh, it's Tramping Ground. Is that where he, like...
Oh, yeah. So what was this episode supposed to be about again?
Mythical creatures, so close enough.
So, yeah, this became like a Cryptid Crunch episode. We were kind of hoping that would happen.
Talking about mythical creatures.
I'm okay with it. I love cryptids. So,
yes.
Keisha, I will vote for you. I'll be the first in line to vote for you.
Oh,
Crayle can be your vice president.
Can you put that last message up on the screen? Because I need that for my campaign slogan.
Acuff 2024, Keisha be crazy.
This is going to be my campaign picture. I hope you guys all smiled. Very beautiful. Okay.
Kissing hands and shaking babies. Oh, wait, that's the other way around.
Look, our country can't get much worse. So,
Are you saying I would make it worse?
no, I'm saying you
no,
would make
Keisha,
it better.
I think you will accidentally make it better.
If you accidentally survive the slasher film, you'll accidentally bring our country around.
Yes. I see like little black figures in the distance just walking around. That's normal, right? Yeah.
I hope they're like your reenactor people or harmless at least. We need Keisha to run for president in 2 years.
Derek said he had to invent a bunch of mythical creatures for his book, which I edited the first one of, by the way. And yeah, he has one race that is they're like all beast handlers. It's like super cool. They have like an event every year where they do this like beast taming stuff as like a competition, and like their theology is based all around like I'll let him explain it if he wants to explain more, because I don't want to give away too much about a book that hasn't been published yet, but it's really cool. I'm drawing one of the alien species for it too, if I ever get around to it. I've been trying for like a year, and I just keep
He showed me a couple of the designs for some of them. There's some pretty cool designs in his stuff, so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. I must stalk you later.
David says dark silhouettes in the distance isn't so bad. If you see glowing eyes, that's when you need to worry.
It's too dark to see anything, and I'm partially blind in the dark. So even if there was something coming at me, I wouldn't see it like until it was 2 seconds in front of my face, and then I'd be like, "Hi."
Right.
She would confuse it. They'd be like, wait, what?
Hey, bestie, what's up? Normal Keisha things, you know.
Johnny says his favorite mythical creature is the Manticore. If he could cosplay as any creature, it would be that. We should
Manticore.
go around the screen and say what our favorite mythical creatures are, since that's the episode. Willow, do you want to start?
You know what? I kind of like dragons, and not just because I have a dragon, but I don't know. I've always been a dragon person. Although collecting them is kind of expensive, so.
You don't have a 12-foot dragon in your front yard?
No, not
yet. I thought everybody did. I do have a 12-foot dragon.
Right. Keisha, what's your favorite?
So I don't know if this one counts, but I thought about it all day. The magical Leopleurodon.
Elaborate.
Charlie, you look quite down. The magical Leopleurodon.
Yeah.
It's a magical Leopleurodon, Charlie. You guys don't know this? Oh, how are we friends?
Okay. We are going to have to probably touch on this in a future episode.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea, I could sing the whole song, but I think it's copyrighted.
Yeah, don't get food, Keisha.
But that's your guys' assignment, is to look up Charlie the Unicorn and...
Okay, yeah, they're going to... Yeah, I know
they're
Charlie
going to
the
see the
Unicorn.
magical Leopleurodon. I actually nicknamed my goddaughter Magical Leopleurodon because her name is Leah, so I call her Leopleurodon, which is the name she will have forever.
That was back in the Flash video internet days.
Salad fingers.
Wow.
That's one of my rusty spoons.
Apparently I missed this completely, thank God, but
Right.
Then again, it was probably around the same
reasons. I'm going to need you to start talking, because Keisha's gonna like say the whole video and then we'll get sued.
Weirdly enough, growing up, my favorite mythical creature was a unicorn. I mean, come on, Crayle and I bonded over our love of the last unicorn. But yeah, that's always been, I think, because I was the horse girl. I loved the unicorns. I had the unicorn posters on the wall. I really wanted a unicorn. I was so sure they were real and that I would find one day.
Well, there are all those myths and stories about how like unicorns are so shy that they only present themselves to like really gentle-hearted girls, and I was just like,
I'm
so
never
a
gonna.
unicorn might show themselves to me one day, and then
I will never see one.
Then my
I-
parents
I-
would get called because I slammed a boy's head into his desk or trying to put
Yeah,
my skirt up, and I would be like, maybe not.
Yeah, when you reevaluate yourself, you're like, yeah, I'm definitely not the one they're coming to.
No.
It's just not happening. Yeah,
Uh,
and then like later on, I got into like the Japanese folklore, so I really love a lot of like the kitsune and the tengu and all of that stuff. So those are pretty cool too.
Yeah. My favorite is the alicorn, which is just, a Pegasus and a unicorn. Like,
It's like we took two mythical creatures and combined them.
right. It's like, do I like Pegasuses better or unicorns? Oh, wait, I don't have to choose because alicorns are a thing.
Yes. I had posters of those too.
Mhm.
I had, for being a tomboy, I had a very girly room.
Me too. Even when I was in college, like I was in this gun organization, right? And a guy had to come help me carry a table out of my room to take with us to an event. It was like a safety training or something.
Did
And
you
he walked
confuse
in
him?
there and it was all purple and unicorns and zebras. And he was like, this is not what I was expecting. And I was like, what? Was I supposed to have like real tree camo sheets? Like that's
See, I feel like I should have had a normal bedroom, but if you guys know anything about me, my bedroom ended up having lots of candle wax on the floor, and I think I set it on fire a few times. And I wasn't allowed to have any sharp, pointy objects in my room, but I had a whole drawer full of them.
Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of stories here.
No, it's okay.
And I'm the one who
didn't
grew
have
up
the
in
room at
foster care.
first. Yeah, like I didn't have the room at first because until my sister moved out, I shared a room with my brothers. So we had bunk beds and all that stuff. Like a few years before she moved out, I finally got to be in the room with her, and she was the horse girl too, so it was fine. But my brothers referred to her as horse sister. But yeah, I shared the room with the brothers, so I finally got to put the unicorn posters on the wall when I finally moved out of the room with them.
Yeah. My favorite unicorn poster story is I won one at the state fair one time in Indianapolis. I wanted to play darts where they gave you real darts. I don't even know if they still do that anymore, but they gave you real darts. I was like 9 or 10 years old, and they
Perfect
only
thing to give a
have to
child.
inflate the balloons. So you have to throw the darts really hard. And I was like, Dad, can I play? And my dad was like, yeah, sure, whatever, and gives the guy $1 or however much it was. And the guy running the booth kind of looked at me like, oh, that's cute. She's not going to get anything. I hope she won't be too upset. Like he looked a little nervous about it. And so he hands me 3 darts and I'm just like, pop, pop, pop. And he's like, and I was like, what do I get? And he was like, well, you can either get one of the little stuffed animals or you can pay another $1 and get 3 more darts. And I just looked at my dad and he was like, give her 3 more darts. And so I popped 3 more in a row. And he was like, well, if you pay $1 more now, you're guaranteed to like get the biggest prize regardless of how many you hit. And so I was running out of like strategic balloons to pop because I was trying to get the ones that were the most inflated. And I was throwing with so much force that I popped 2 more. And then the last one, the dart bounced off the like not very inflated balloon and came back out of the booth.
Whoops.
And I got a
Oopsie.
giant poster of it was like an alicorn and a Pegasus baby. So maybe they were assuming the Pegasus grows its horn in later or something on the clouds at sunset. It was just like this huge pink cloud, like it was like one of those 24 by 36-inch posters. And my dad was like, now we're gonna buy a frame for this thing.
No, we just put a whole bunch of holes in the wall with the thumbtacks.
Hey, you guys. Remember how much I love you, right?
Yeah.
I just got a message saying that I should probably go put my 4-year-old to sleep in a couple seconds.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can stay too much longer.
It's okay.
Well, it's
If you need to
halfway
take
through
off,
now.
you can take off.
I mean, you literally were
We're
in
gonna
the
do
cold
cosplay
forest.
catwalk and the guest submissions, like basically right now. So, do you want to do your cosplay catwalk by lantern light?
Do the catwalk. Yeah, and then I'll show you my setup real quick once we get over there.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably get off because I got to put the little one to bed.
All right, Keisha's doing a cosplay forest walk for us.
I'm trying to like see the ground. I cannot see the ground.
Oh no!
If you guys just see me, oh, there's a pole in front of me. Nope, that's a tree. I want to show you the tree that I'm gonna hug. Ooh, there's holes in the ground. Look at this beautiful tree. Hi. Okay, on to the next thing. Now that I don't think I'm gonna like run into more trees, maybe.
Don't jinx yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna fall in a hole first. Or slip on an acorn. I feel like those are both good options. But you guys can like continue with your mythical while I try not to die.
Okay.
Please don't die. Don't become another Civil War ghost out there.
Well, Johnny asked Willow what her favorite dragon movie was.
Oh, you know what? Does Falcor count as a dragon? I
love
Never Ending
dragons.
Story.
Yeah.
I
Like,
love dragons. So.
I was just wondering because it's like he can be like a giant dog, or I guess he could. I guess he would be a dragon, wouldn't he?
He's
So,
got
yeah.
a dragon, so he's a dragon.
Never Ending Story is definitely one of those movies that I adore, and the theme song
ripping
gets
our hearts out as children.
the theme song gets stuck in my head like frequently. Just
You
randomly, I will just start humming that.
I don't know.
It's a good thing.
I don't know how much you can see, but there's our.
I see lights.
Yep.
There's several tents everywhere, but I made it back safely.
You
It's
did
still
good,
cold.
Keisha.
You didn't fall.
I am sitting extremely close to the fire, though.
Nice.
Keep
So,
yourself warm.
All right. Well, I will thank you guys for having me on the show. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to stay too long.
That's okay.
You were here over half of it, so that's good.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night and talk all the mythicals.
I will try.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Keisha.
Bye. Yeah, my favorite dragon movie, if you've seen our past episode about original characters, that you can get more detail on why, but it's Reign of Fire, which is kind of an underrated dragon film. And my modern version of this dragon tamer, because I'm doing like a high fantasy version tonight with like the sword and the dress and everything. But my urban fantasy version is based on my head canon that in that post-apocalyptic world, eventually, instead of being at war with the dragons, they learn to make peace with the dragons and, like, tame them. So,
Okay.
That's a good one. I definitely have to agree with Keisha or with Willow. I love Never Ending Story so much. That movie is just, like I said, other than ripping our hearts out over and over again throughout the movie before the end. As the horse girl, I'm sitting there crying.
But I mean, that seems to be like the common theme with the movie, children's movies of like the 80s and.
Thanks a lot, 80s.
It's like they really knew how to get you in the feels back then.
Right. Lori thinks that Matthew McConaughey was super hot in that movie, talking about Reign of Fire, and he was. So weird look for him, being like the shaved head and everything, but it worked. It worked. And Misty says Toothless and How to Train Your Dragon was a favorite of us growing up. I love Toothless.
Yes.
Art and
Toothless
figures.
is like a kitty cat. Toothless is so great. He's so precious.
So precious.
I've seen
Yeah.
people actually do cosplay of Toothless, and it is insane. Like I don't have that level of commitment. Mine is all sewing. You're not gonna catch me building things, but the people that do that, it's insane.
Cosplay has like changed so much in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Like people go like I don't know where the makeup tutorials came from to change the shape of your face, but it blows my mind.
Wild. Like it used to be so hard to find resources, and now you're like, oh my god, if I would have had that 20 years ago when I started,
I can do. They can do this in like with 4 colors on their palette, and just like it changed their face from being like super girly to super guy. You know,
Yeah.
like
there's one that's like I can't remember where she's from, but it's an Asian girl, and she shaves her eyebrows off so she can just draw them on perfectly. But she literally can look like any male or female celebrity of any race, and it is insane. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have that talent. Makeup is not my talent.
I'm still learning the whole makeup.
I got every day, looking like a normal person makeup now, and body makeup. I can get a good coverage with like the skin colors and making myself blue or pink or something, but to make myself look like a whole other person, I don't have that now.
I skipped many decades of being like girly. I was a tomboy like my whole life, and then all of a sudden my 30s came. I'm just like, okay, let's try to see if I can become a girl. So I'm trying to play catch up.
Yeah, it happens.
Speaking of dragons earlier, Derek says, gotta watch some House of the Dragon. There's going to be up to 17 dragons on the show. That's one of the main things he's always bugging me about. He's like, you need to watch House of the Dragon. And I'm like, I'm so burned out on everything Game of Thrones. Like, I'm just waiting on the last book to come out.
I am one of the strongest people. I have never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones. I have never.
I'm wondering if George R.R. Martin is just like, let the fanboys have that, let them write their own.
It's write their fan fiction and have fun.
They just found another chapter of the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest written fiction stories in all of human history. And the meme I saw about it today was new Epic of Gilgamesh dropped before the winds of winter.
Boy, he gets given so much mess for not putting things out very fast.
We had a pandemic. There was no excuse. I'm sorry.
It's not like he was working a 9 to 5 and didn't have time to write.
Well, either way, we do need to get around to our cosplay catwalk and our guest submissions because it is 9:38. So who wants to do their cosplay catwalk first?
I'm going to see what I can do because I can't turn around. Because I will knock off everything on my mantle.
Right.
I already knocked one spider off. Off my spooky mantle. It was just a fake one.
Right. Well,
my spooky mantle.
Too majestic for her cosplay. Too majestic for her cosplay. Look at the fairy wings. She's so majestic. Get her.
It's just shiny and sparkly.
She's too shiny for her cosplay.
I feel like we need to do that though.
Oh yeah. Now you can see him shine. Literally wire and cellophane, guys. That's all it is.
That is insane.
Well, it's pretty. Andrea built those herself. I'll go next and we'll save the best for last. Let Willow go last. All right. I'm too sexy for my cosplay. I'm too sexy for my cosplay. So sexy, I'm going to ride a dragon later. Gotta see the eye makeup too. I've got like glitter going here and everything.
Ooh.
Love. That is quite the corset.
Oh my gosh, that is my dedication here. Because again, I mentioned for if you're coming in late, I bought this when I was like 100 pounds smaller. So yeah, I'm in pain.
I got 2 corsets on, so
I am in pain.
So she's like,
you are
soon as this is
suffering
done,
for your art.
Yeah,
that's cosplayers do.
All right, so this wonderful dress that I'm wearing was made by one of my friends. I borrowed it for the pinup pageant, and she let me keep it. because she
Ooh.
knows that I will show it off for her whenever I get a chance. It's kind of like a Morticia Adams
Yes.
kind of style. Flares out it's like tapered right to the bottom, and it kind of does a little flare out at but yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, I'll try to find the pictures. But yeah, no, thanks, Melissa Weiss, for making these wonderful dress that I like to wear and show off on my shows every so often.
So you got to, like we said, you got to always promote your friends.
Oh yeah, she's a
Show 'em
wonderful seamstress, and you can find her at Serenity Cosplay as well. So it's.
And your dragon approves.
And yes, my dragon does approve.
I love those. Those are so cute.
All right. Well, we're going to show off our lovely, lovely guest submissions now after we go through Willow's and Keisha's photos.
Yes.
So, all right. I cannot see these
Did we?
thumbnails.
Oh, these are the regular submissions. That's one of the regular submissions.
Oh, Willow, did you and Keisha submit any mythical creature cosplay
Oh,
photos?
you know what? I don't. You can show off the other ones, and I'll post the one of my Cthulhu Queen up right away.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So we're going through guests first, and we'll do best for last again. That's cool. See some of Willow's stuff later. So
This was my cosplay partner for over 10 years. She now lives in Japan. I love you, Rachel, but you left me. And we did that year, the Acon convention theme in Dallas was yokai. So we made her a Lolita Kitsune. So she has her little fluffy fox tail and her pointy ears and her claws. That one was fun to make.
I tried.
Yeah, because the bodice was like a kimono top, and then she had the big Lolita skirt with the petticoats and everything underneath it. So that's Rachel. What we got next? Who's next?
There we go. Now we can see Andrea's face while she tells us about the lovely cosplayers who submitted.
This is my friend Kay. They did the Tengu that year. And then the bottom, we decided we were going to do Greek gods and goddesses, but mix them with their sacred animal. So that's why they're wearing the antlers. Those are real deer antlers. Their dad knew a taxidermist and decided they wanted to have bands of deer antlers on it. So there they are. But I made the wings and the costume for Kay as well. Actually, I made both those costumes. But the wings, one of them looks all tattered like they've been in a fight. So they had torn up funky wings.
Mm-hmm. Because you're so talented. And
then
there's
I love this because it's actual characters. Like Sashomaru is, of course, from the Japanese mythology. And then she has her beautiful Arwen elf and Zelda. So lots of cute little actual characters there for that one. Sierra's amazing. We love Sierra. She makes beautiful costumes. And Honey Blossom Cosplay, that's Colleen. It's her little fairy and then her own dragon. So the little dragon's cute. We know we all love dragons around here. It's Kelly. She said she was submitting pictures. She said she was submitting since she couldn't be here tonight. She wanted to still be here. So there's Kelly as a fairy.
Yeah, this is in her friend Cheryl's old studio that we've taken a bunch of photos in together. And her friend Cheryl's new studio is also like beautiful.
This is Liz as Rapunzel as a mermaid. And she's another local. She's in Cosplay Memphis with me, but that's actually at Le Bonheur. They did a mermaid day there, and so she got to go be a mermaid for the kids at the hospital while being Rapunzel as well.
That's sweet.
Oh, Liz is amazing. And Lori, Scissor Wizard Cos, who has been on the show before. It's her and her sisters as different fairies that she made the costumes and accessories for. We got to talk with her about those on her episode back in February. Ooh, has it been that long already?
I think maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was a little.
Yeah. This is my friend Jordan. They have a whole pod of mermaids and they take photos out in the outside in the lakes and stuff, and they go swimming together. And I love their mermaids. They're all so precious.
That's great.
This is my, I had to throw Tinkerbell in there because you can't talk about fairies without putting Tinkerbell in. This is Isabella. She's one of my theater students, and those are the fairy wings I helped her make recently because we're going to do a fairy photo shoot together. So, and I mean, come on, fairy is in her screen name. We have to. She wants to be a fairy, so she is a fairy now. And this is Lindsay, Bluest Bunny. She is also in the Pod of Mermaids with Jordan. And Lindsay has multiple mermaid tails, but this colorful one literally embodies her because she is like the most colorful, living, breathing anime character you will ever meet. And she's actually a founder. And that's her boyfriend in there with her. He's willing to get in the water. He even has a mermaid tail, so he gets to be a merman with her sometimes. But Lindsay is actually the founder of our volunteer group, Cosplay Memphis. So she's just a sweetheart. I was like, who's that? Who was that?
Okay.
We're at you.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so this is just what I'm wearing right now. I took a photo of how the dragon. So my friend, why can I not remember names right now? Oh my gosh. Like I've known this person for years now. Cindy Kep. There we go. Oh my gosh. You can't see my face behind the photo of my face now, but I was just like.
I was wondering if that was a syndicate dragon.
Yeah, this is a syndicate dragon. And I wanted you to all to be able to see how it fits and like how large it is on me. So I went ahead and threw some photos in there because like on my little podcasting couch, you just really can't get a sense of the scale of this guy.
Yeah. He's a pretty good sized little dude.
He's pretty big. He like doesn't fit all on the screen all at once. So
he's so cute.
He's loosely based on the Pokemon Dragonite. Like that's how I chose the colors because I feel like almost any color combination works for a dragon, especially when they're on the cuter side, which this design is. So, you know.
Well, years ago, I helped out at this haunted house called Terran 12, which they should be opening. I think they're open now, but not that far from where I live. And helping out for a couple of weekends in October, they do a they have a huge farm area, and they do a haunted maze. Well, in one of the areas that they put me, I hear this growl. I'm like, we have a dragon. So I turned around, and of course, like the big head, smoke coming out of the nose, and I'm just like, this is awesome. How can you be afraid of that?
Yeah, I would probably have just gotten distracted and hung out with the dragon the rest of the time.
Yeah, that's pretty much like whenever in between customers, I'm just like, hi, dragon.
You're like, you're my new best friend. It's fine. Cool. Really
So
cool.
yeah, I put together the Cthulhu Queen when my sci-fi convention was doing a Cthulhu / Doctor Who theme. Probably not the best idea to call on the Cthulhu, but it was a fun weekend other than the leaking hot tub situation. But yeah, it's the tentacles made them out of pool noodles. And had a friend make the necklace. I made the head out of paper mache, and it kind of turned out to look like a watermelon.
I mean, now that you said watermelon, I'm like, okay, I see where you get that, but I didn't see it and go, oh, watermelon head. So,
and I just threw whatever green outfit I could put together just randomly. I will go back and make a proper Cthulhu Queen one of these days, but just wanted to have fun with it.
That's what cosplay is all about. It's
literally, that's what we preach here all the time. Is it's supposed to be fun. When it stops being fun, you stop doing it.
I wasn't going for any prizes at all. I just walked up, had my friend who was the DJ do a spiel, that I wrote, and then oddly enough, two people who had like Cthulhu masks came up and helped me out with the skit. So that was kind of fun. And had a great weekend. The guy with me there's my friend Anil, who wanted to do Pimp Santa.
Because why not?
So yeah, we randomly make strange costumes up for KeyCon, so it's fun. There's my Starbucks siren. That didn't age well, unfortunately, but it was a fun costume to make. Made out of duct tape. That wig was a fucking nightmare, pardon my language, but yeah, it was definitely something that I will never do again. I wanted to try to embody the Thanksgiving blend look of the siren, but yeah, the crown, it just everything was made out of duct tape, so I had a lot of fun with that.
I used to make stuff out of duct tape, and then I just kind of like lost my passion for it after like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years of doing it. But
I've seen people make some crazy stuff using just duct tape. It's wild what people can actually create with just that.
And usually a little closer to the halfway mark, we make sure to let everybody know that we are sponsored by whycosplay.com and that we have a link in the show notes, the description, wherever you're watching, that if you use it, you get 20% off, which is a pretty hefty discount. So I've got the ticker running on the bottom, and we'll show an ad at the end, of course. But, you know, why cosplay?
Support them, support us.
Support them, support
get
us.
Get a discount.
Comments.
Cosplay is an expensive hobby. Get all the discounts you can.
John asked Cthulhu Queen. I hope
Yep.
he's confused now. It made sense to me. Santa Pimp.
I mean, Santa Pimp, why not?
We kind of in Manitoba, especially in October, it can be pretty cold and snowy, and there's no way that's happening.
Yeah, if you're only listening to the audio, the comment was Johnny, and he said, "Willow, the Starbucks siren is supposed to be topless. I'm so disappointed."
I was wearing a
also have
shirt.
decency rules.
It was a beige shirt. That's true. A friend of mine brought a Heart of the Ocean necklace back for me when she did a summer semester in Ireland, or no, it was a summer internship. I don't know. She worked for a publishing house in Ireland for a summer and went to the Titanic Museum there and brought me back a Heart of the Ocean necklace. And when she gave it to me, like, she's like, "I brought you a present. Close your eyes." And she we put something over my eyes, like a blindfold, you know, and she started playing like the theme music from Titanic and like walked up behind me and put it on my neck for me. And I told everybody, I was like, yeah, my Halloween costume this year is just going to be a tan bodysuit, a red wig, this necklace, and nothing else. Nobody went for it. Nobody wanted to draw me like one of their French Barbie dolls.
Yeah, you know, the cons though, you can't go topless at a con. They would probably kick you out.
See,
most at our short period of time, they're going to kick you out.
At our convention, it seems like a lot of people tend to push the envelope as much as possible with that.
I've seen some pushed like to the literal edge.
Strategically placed body tape. Yeah. Body paint. I've seen lots of women full on body paint.
Yep.
With pasties. So
most conventions say if it covers as much as a bikini, so they didn't say what kind. So people are like, well, I'm covered.
I mean, in some countries, the bikini is only the bottom. So
exactly. So, you know, they didn't say it had to be both parts. I've seen literally a lot of things at conventions. let's just say in the 22 years I've been going to conventions, I've seen a lot.
Well,
Some things I didn't want to see, but
See,
you know.
guys in morph suits are cutting it a little close with the nudity.
Yeah. The ones that don't understand that
dance belts,
undergarments,
guys, dance belts.
or if you don't like those, I actually know guys that wear like the Spanx, like the shorts, the high-waisted shorts, because they're like, I'm not wearing a dance belt, but they're like, I'm still wearing a skin tight suit, so I need a little decency.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Power Ranger that was at ACON for several years that I saw a lot of him every year.
A lot of
God.
A lot of him, even though he was in a full Power Ranger suit.
And I can't stress this enough. Guys, if you're going to go on morph suits, there are kids eye level. Okay?
Yeah.
That's why it's important to, do something in that area to make sure, kids don't get eyeballs.
Yeah. Apparently one of the events here that some of my volunteer group did with a new like princess party company that's here that does have a Spider-Man, they had to kind of pull Spider-Man aside and make suggestions.
Oh.
At a place full of kids. So
yeah.
And
they're like, yeah.
The great thing about there being cosplay shows and tutorials and stuff now is like a stranger on the internet can just put the suggestion out there for more people. And so you're less likely to be that guy in that position who just didn't know there was a solution for that out there and had to individually pulled aside and talked to, right?
And if worst case scenario, and I've done this with even my wigs that I look after, drag queens. Talk to drag queens. They know every trick in the book when it comes to costumes.
Yeah, they can tell you everything, and they are not going to be scared to tell you everything.
Also, I actually have a likelihood of being able to borrow a pair of backup shoes from drag queens. My foot is size 10. Like, my feet are bigger than my husband's. I have large feet, okay? So, like, finding heels for a while there was difficult. Now, with online shopping, there's a lot more, like, wide sizes and, like, larger sizes, which is cool, but...
And with drag becoming more accepted and commonplace, you're going to find things that are going to fit different sizes that they didn't normally sell for women. Even smaller women that need, like, the wider calf boots or something. See, because even when I was really thin, regular boots did not fit. Wide calf boots were almost too tight, and they still are on me. So I'm like, okay, if it fits this guy with much wider calves than me, then I'm good. So yeah, it's becoming more common to see that stuff, which is good. But yeah, y'all talk to drag queens. They know it. They know their stuff.
Well, we have 2 minutes left in our show. So Willow, I'm going to put you full screen and ask you our closer question. All right, Willow, what is your like one piece of advice that you would give that you feel cosplayers need to hear? It can be new cosplayers. It can be all cosplayers. What are your
Can I not just give no?
The dance belt
you know
thing.
What? The one advice: just have fun with it. Don't worry about what other people think, what other people will say. You're wearing the costume for you, not for other people. Just do your thing. And sometimes the most random costume that you can put together on the day of the event will often be the best costume that you can wear, rather than stressing yourself for the whole month and worrying about what costume you want to wear. Just like piece something together. Go to a secondhand store, wear something that is comfortable for you.
All right, those are great words. Let me get all of us back on the screen again here.
That's always good advice, is to make it for you. A lot of people forget that. They want to please other people and cosplay so bad that they stop having fun.
And don't worry about stepping out of your comfort zone until you're ready.
Right. Yeah. It's great to step out of your comfort zone if you want to do it, but don't let people push you. If it's supposed to be fun, then comfort can be a part of fun. It really can. So
Very, very good advice.
Yep. All right. Well, we have a final word from our sponsors, and then I think we're going to bid you all good night on time-ish. It's 10 So,
We're running off the rails like we did? What?
oh my gosh, even with that, wow. Okay.
Remember Acuff 2024, guys? Vote for Keisha when she runs for president.
Okay.
I will make the campaign button.
Cosplay Cafe is sponsored by Why Cosplay. Why Cosplay is very generous in offering all of our viewers a 20% off discount. All you have to do is go to our show notes and click on the link. Why Cosplay offers high quality cosplays in anime, game, movies. They also offer wigs, shoes, and more. So check out Why Cosplay today for your next cosplay, and be sure to send us pictures of yourself in cosplay. Every purchase does help support the show as long as you follow that link in the show notes. So you get a discount, you support our show. It's win-win for everyone.
All right. Bye.